One of the following options. If you require the number for the payment line, press 1. For council tax, press 2. If you are inquiring about your existing benefits claim, press 3. If you wish to make a new benefits claim, press 4. For anything else, please hold. Traffic Council, Farah speaking. How can I help?
Hello, Farah. Yeah. Well, I've got a few problems. I'm hoping that you can help resolve them.
I'll try.
Okay. First of all, what department am I speaking to? Because I'm a bit confused with the telephone system. Right. Okay.
What is it you need help with?
Right. Basically, unlawful sanctions have been placed on my benefits. And the reason they've been placed on my benefits is because I have done a bit of research myself into what's been going on, and I asked them a question the other day, and they didn't like me asking this question.
When you say benefits, what benefits do you mean?
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, excuse me.
And obviously that affects all my other claims like housing benefit and tax and things like that. Well, it's been ongoing. Obviously, you know about the government reforms. Yeah, but they've actually been challenged a few times in the court, and each time have been won successively. And I'm one of the people that actually won against Ian Duncan Smith, against the government and his unlawful decision to sanction my benefit. But they've been continuing to do things like taking money out of my benefit, and when I asked them to provide proof and evidence of the law that says that they can do that, they've failed to do that, and instead they just sanctioned all my money without an explanation. And then when I went in to ask why, they says, oh no, mistake's been made, we'll just rectify it. But it's been ongoing, especially since December. Since the beginning of December last year, it's every single time I go in, my money's been stopped, and I'm asking them, why has it been stopped? And they'll come up with some lame excuse where they said that they've sent an appointment, which they've never sent. Yes, it is. I've tried to report this, right, because I tried to report it first of all to them, and they wouldn't even hear my complaint. I asked them, I said, can you tell me what my human rights are in relation to this? They just didn't want to speak to me. Group 4 security have been very belligerent with me, and I believe that since sorry? This is Stretford Job Centre. I believe now that they've for whatever political agenda that they have, set themselves against someone like me, because I'm allowed to be outspoken, first of all, in this free country we have, you know, and if I have a view about something, my views and concerns will be listened to. That's a guarantee and a promise by everybody who works at government office, you know. And I am now at the point where they've banned me from the job centre because I asked this question, and because I wanted an answer, and I believe it deserved an answer. It's a reasonable question, don't you think?
Yeah, but we don't have anything to do with this part of working pension.
Yeah, but we're all in this country together, aren't we? I mean, we're not occupied by foreign powers, are we? No, the law does. And the law has already been set, and they keep sending me documents that say the law says you're entitled to a certain amount of money every week to live. Yeah, so the law says that, and that's clear. So when I ask them what law are they applying that allows them to reduce that, because it says it's the minimum amount, so I want to know what they think the word minimum means. It's not minimum, but let's go under that, because that's where the crime, the first crime, has been applied on by them. And I've said, since they've got no proof of that, they've got to hold the liability for that. And because they don't like the fact that they are guilty of that crime, you know, if they weren't guilty of it, show me the proof. I'm being reasonable. I'm being very reasonable. But they don't, you see. The fact that they're controlling the administration, that gives me the money that I'm entitled to live, right? And then the fact that they're not going to answer those questions that are reasonable questions, and they're not going to go away, these questions either. You know, they're just going to keep coming back. The same question, because that's not been answered yet. They've just added more to it. So they've made a false claim. Well, this is what I'm saying. I've reported it to the police because they won't let me in the building. They won't give me access to the computers, and yet they're saying I must go find a job, right? Which is unreasonable, isn't it? Because that service they're providing is paid for by us, so that we can find jobs. The other thing is I'm on new enterprise allowance scheme where I'm going self-employed. I'm looking to go self-employed, and while I'm on that scheme, I'm supposed to be exempt from other conditions that they would normally have. But they've been trying ever since I've been on it to disrupt my time. That's not helping me with my business. That is prejudiced against what I'm doing and everything I'm trying to be successful in. And I believe it's got to the stage now where, since they've made so many false claims, they need to back them all up, because they've put everything down in writing. Okay. I have, in a citizen's advice, I feel like I'm advising them. I mean, they're nice people and everything, don't get me wrong, but I mean, how come these people have got the job then? Advising people, and yet I'm coming with, well, isn't that what the law says, and isn't that what the law says? And I'm showing them the web pages and showing the government legislation. They agree with me 100%. Everybody agrees with me. The judge agrees with me. That's why I won against Ian Duncan Smith. So I want to know who is going to make these people do their job. Who's going to make GMP, for example, because I went to GMP to report it because there is CCTV where they have assaulted me, G4S, for asking this question, and it's going to show clear as day that that's what they did, because I'm stood there asking a question and they come over and made it their business to interfere in what I was trying to do. And I says, why have you done that? Yeah, well, yeah, but if they're not going to do what the law says that they're supposed to do, and even the judges are having to overturn, you know, what the senior ministers are doing, then we've got a serious problem, don't we? Well, the thing is, as I wrote, well, they're not letting me, are they? I've went to citizens' advice, and they're saying, well, you know, we can't really help because the legal aid thing, you know, they want to palm you off with some inadequate solicitor who isn't really trained to deal with these types of things. That's why I say I know more than what the legal aid does. I know more than what the solicitor knows. Yeah, and these are they're simple. Anyone can read it. You could go on now and read any of these things that's on the internet or in a book about legislation and see how it actually goes. And you can read all the documents that, you know, the yes, well, they are not doing what they're supposed to do. They're claiming that they have these rights. I say I've told them they don't have the right to cause people injury. No. Right, do you have the number, please? Dolores O'Sullivan. Tim Roth. Tom Roth. Yeah. 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 Go on. Yeah. Yeah. Bonner Street. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. 912. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. 2077. Okay. And what? Yeah. And what do they represent? These people. They represent me. I didn't know. I think they represent themselves. They need help if they want to represent me. Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. 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 In relation to the fact that I've applied for help from yourselves, you know, for food and things like that, and that's been obviously turned down because, again, you yourself have a record of the amount of times I've had to apply for that because they keep making these decisions, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, they turned me down, and even the appeal down and everything. And I obviously, I'm not trying to make people lose their jobs or get them into trouble, but I know what the law says. Okay, and the law says this. There's the Local Government Act, 1888, Section 79, subsection 2. You can look that up, right? And it says all the duties and liabilities of the inhabitants of a county actually are and become the duties and liabilities of the council of such a county. That's what it says. That's the law. Now, if I go say that to them people, it's not with the, you know, to be horrible to them. That's what the law says, and I agree with it. Do you know why I agree with it? Because we all sat down one time and decided what will be good for us all, you included. Otherwise, there'd be no job, would there? If you got rid of all your patients as a doctor because you just killed them all, then you wouldn't be a doctor, would you? The same thing with you know, if you're trying to find people jobs and things like that, and you get rid of everybody because, you know, you're trying to be that super efficient, then actually that department will become unemployed. So, you know, there's no common sense with what they're seeking to propose.
Yeah, but like I say, you speak to your council, they can help you out with all fours, really.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Well, seems to be the same old, but I'll try my best. Thank you for your help anyway.
All right then, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.